ruined my mood. I wasn't recording. I didn't click recording. But we'll kind of restart everything that we were talking about. You feel me? Quite literally the exact same thing I did. Coffee. Second one of the day. We've achieved flow state with the coffee. It's been 8 cups, 7 tablespoons. Jaden has coffee, I have coffee, and then I have a round 2 coffee going to the PM so I can feel, alive, get it going, whatever I gotta study for, whatever I gotta do. And yeah, breakfast. I know mom's watching, so pashtet with some bread, with yaika. So I'm just so hungry. I don't know why. But they love it. The cats love the pasta. It's like their thing. I guess it's kind of cat food in that way. Okay. Let's get into it. Close that puppy up, man. I need water. Regular day though. Had class this morning. Woke up too early, to be honest. Went to sleep too late. I didn't start going to sleep a little earlier. But I don't like to because I like staying up in the night. That's just kind of how it is. All right, the gospel. February 17th from Mark. The disciples had forgotten to bring bread, and they had only 1 loaf with them in the boat. Jesus enjoined them, watch out, guard against the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod. Man, I wish I knew how to pronounce this stuff. They concluded among themselves that it was because they had no bread. When he became aware of this, he said to them, why do you conclude that this is because you have no bread? Do you not understand yet or comprehend? Are your hearts hardened? Do you have eyes and not see, ears and not hear? And do you not remember when I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000? How many wicker baskets full of fragrant fragments you picked up? They answered him 12. When I broke the 7 loaves for 4,000, how many bread baskets of fragments did you pick up? They answered him 7. He said to them, do you not understand? Okay, I don't understand, my Lord Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I should have got a bigger spoon. Yeah. I don't really understand. I'm gonna pull a GBT for this. Feel me? Sometimes GBT be tapping out. I guess it just ain't working whatsoever. I'm about to say something too long now. Before I get started on the gospel, it's going to kind of lead into today's trading. If you don't know, you don't know. You don't need to make yourself think you know it to boost your own ego. No, you say, I don't know, you take a step back. Boom. And that's what happened today. We stepped back. We said, I don't know. We then got the answer to I don't know. We then executed off I don't know. Bang. Let me get to this. The disciples forgot to bring bread and only had 1 loaf on the boat. Jesus had warned them, watch out for the leaven or the yeast of the Pharisees and Herod. They thought that Jesus was talking about literal bread, but he was upset. He was upset they forgot to pack enough food. What Jesus actually meant is he wasn't talking about bread at all. Leaven, yeast, makes dough rise. Spiritually, yeast represents influence, something small that spreads and affects everything. Jesus warned them about the hypocrisy and unbelief of the Pharisees, the corrupt worldly mindset of Herod. Do not let their way of thinking influence you. That's pretty good. He fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves, 12 baskets left over. He fed 4,000 people with 7 loaves, 7 baskets left over. Why are you worried about bread? Haven't you seen I can provide? So, like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Spiritual blindness. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Because people had still a struggle of belief in Jesus back when he was performing these miracles and supernatural, unexplainable things, miracles. And they still were lacking faith. Either there was just a different type of the world back then, or, you know, they were just ignorant. And nowadays, I believe it's, you know, it's exponentially harder to believe in God if you're really thinking about, you know, like physical things happening, unless maybe you're looking for it. I think it's a lot of a different scope in the modern time. But yeah, no, that's crazy. You know, it's about not be careful. No, this right here, man. Like, do not worry about that stuff, and don't worry about this, and don't fall into this. Don't fall into that worldly mindset. That's a big thing that I've been trying to kind of avoid. It kind of helps me deal with future, you know what I'm saying? Like, say I want to think about what's going to happen in 5 years. I know that this is all temporary. I know that the puzzle pieces will align how they need to. If I use the right opportunities, if I, you know, take advantage or am aware of the blessings that I'm able to use and to build off of. But you know, I could say my parents give me the opportunity for a lot of things, but now I would argue go back. You know, you still need Billy Joe down the line to get the ball rolling, to eventually lead to me and to my parents' success, to my sister's success, to my future success, to whatever in life it is. So it's one big cascade of, you know, building on God's blessings. And, you know, some people, I wouldn't want to say cursed, but I would definitely say, you know, God has put them through their trial and tribulations. But keep in mind about the Beatitudes. You know, keep in mind of the Beatitudes and understand that Beatitudes. I don't know what I can't spell it. Keep in mind the Beatitudes, bro. It's very, you know, very, very important. I feel like, you know, because despite your struggles, or despite some person's, you know, exactly that worldly obsession, that worldly influence, you can know, you know, in your poor in spirit, you know, for there is the kingdom of heaven. You know, these give you hope. These give you hope. God says, you know, if you believe me, if you live the way I need you to live, if you do this, well, I mean, you know, it's not a bunch of, you know, it's not works. There's no works-based, what is it called? Works-based salvation. It's not. That's not whatever I'm saying. That's not at all. It's more about the grace of God. But, you know, this just shows, you know, blessed are the poor in spirit, blessed are those who mourn, blessed are those who meek, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, who are merciful, who are pure in heart. Blessed are the peacemakers, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. So God is literally saying, like, just get through the world, essentially. Get through the world the best way you can possibly be. Follow my 10 commandments. Live like Jesus would, and essentially you're good in life. Because this worldly life, that's your first life. Your soul is forever. This is all temporary. This material world, my body is temporary. That's why, like, you know, when people say, you know, that's why, you know, insecurities is a big thing with people. And when you realize that, you know, everyone is dying around you at basically an equal pace, maybe some more, some less, you know, whatever, but everyone is in the process of dying, and you don't even know, like, Billy Bob Joe 100 years ago doesn't even know. I don't know about Billy Bob Joe 100 years ago, 200 years ago. But that's not even kind of the point. The point is, like, you know, don't worry about this world, essentially. You know, control what you can control, and, you know, believe in God to that extent, and He will provide, and He will bless, and He, you know, sometimes, you know, you're like, what's his name? Not Judah. What's his name? Is it Judah? I don't have my Bible up here. Gosh, man. Who was tested, bro? Who was it? Job was a clear example of what this world should be of concern to you. You know, he had faith in God. He had everything he needed. He had a great life. Everything he could have asked for, everything he wanted, he had it. God said, I'm taking all that away. Job did not say, screw God, you know, I'm done with this. Like, obviously he's mad about me for some reason and this and that. Nope. He held his faith through the suffering because he knows that this world is temporary. He knows that this world is temporary. He knows that there is eternal peace in God. And sometimes I have to come to realize that, you know, when I be thinking about, you know, like stuff like on a larger term basis, that's what I'll kind of get into. You know, I'll get into the dang, you know, what if this, what if that, you know, how, because I really don't know. Like, if you say, what am I be doing 2 years from now? I could not tell you. I have no idea. But 2 years ago, I could have had a rough idea. So, you know, I think that just comes with your 20s realistically. But yeah, you know, be like Job, and don't put your faith in this world, because no matter what, you're always gonna get, I wouldn't say screwed up, but you're always gonna be let down to an extent. You know, you can't find peace in the world unless you just can't. I mean, let me see. I don't think so. That's the thing. No, you're not. You're not gonna find no peace from this world. You can do all the drugs, you can have all the alcohol, you can have all the people around you. You can have all the money, all the property. You can have every single thing in this world, and it won't be enough to give you peace. And you just look at celebrities. That's a great example. They have all the money, fame, and power in the world, and they still decide to overdose, get divorced, like their whole life's just getting flipped upside down every other year. People who, especially in the trading industry, make a bunch of money and they're left with no purpose. You know, they've given up everything over the past X amount of years, and they're purposeless. They make money, but now they don't know what to do. So I'm just gonna wrap it up there with that. But yeah, you know, just don't put faith in worldly things, because as soon as you start looking outside of the world to the greater scope of your soul, eternal life, eternal damnation, then you start worrying about, wait a minute, what am I doing on this earth that is truly meaningful? It's not how much money you make. It's not how much friends you have. It's not about what your grades were last week. It's about who you really are. If your heart is not hard, if your heart is soft, tender to God, you feel me? That's just how it is, man. All right, let me get to it. I got the Holy Spirit in me, you feel me? That's just how it is now. Okay. Great day today. I think pretty good day. I really had no complaints. Maybe a complaint is what's it called? Not taking this trade on the top step, but we're about to get into it. All right. Daily time frame. I want to see us get up into this fair value gap. I want to see us get up in there. All these highs. We have a bunch of highs up there. We are priming to move higher. I said that yesterday. I said it this morning. I'm still saying it. Bias is to get up there. So today I was going into the day with a subconsciously bullish bias. Right here is our 9:30 open. I'm gonna go to 5 minutes, just a little cleaner. So we get a market maker buy model off rip, and I was like, on a larger time frame, like you go to 50 minute, I was gonna participate. I wanted to participate in this. I wanted to get some kind of entry. And I sat back and I said, you know, why? Why am I gonna risk that 930 volatility when I could 100% find a setup in my own time on better conditions? And I don't know if I said this, but at a better time. Time is very important in this market. So yeah, bam, cancel that out. Bam, cancel that out. Too many things on this. All right, bet. So what do? Off rip, we do this little thing, whatever. Rally up. We rally up. We just miss Asian highs. So at this point, I'm not interested really in entry. I said maybe if we find some support here and then we get a market maker buy model off this first presented, I'll be long. I was like, okay, that's how it is. We melted to the downside, and if you look right here, I guess I should have traded ES in the situation, or Nasdaq, but we had a right here, bam, we had a SMT here, so Nasdaq was more bearish than ES. It doesn't really matter now since we simply took out one of these lows from the left side. From the left side over here. Like we took out, just lows in general. So, bam. Once we are rallying down, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty confident that this is not going to hold. There's no bullish structure here to be long off of. We are most likely going to be finding a sell. Am I entering a sell immediately off that? No, I'm not entering a sell immediately off that. I know that I would have to give up my bullish bias for the time being in order for my shorter time frame bias to play out. We get a market structure shift right here when we get below this low right here on ES, right here on Nasdaq. So once we get this market structure shift, which is right there, I'm gonna go to the 1 minute on here. Right there, bam. We market structure shifted to the downside on the 15-minute time frame. So at this point, what am I expecting? I'm expecting to retrace back into this range right up here, this consolidation, whatever. Just retrace up into here or anywhere realistically. Like this could be a retracement as well. But this is where we're getting to something important, and this is why I went break even on this trade right here. It couldn't have been better. It couldn't have been better because yesterday I made a video on TikTok. Do stop getting manipulated, and quite literally that was kind of the same premise. Anyways, rally down, 1050 comes in, 1055. On this, I'm just gonna get rid of Nasdaq because we're done with that. We had a double 5-minute fair value gap on ES, and it's really large. You can tell. And I was like, I like the rejection, so you rejected here, and that was the trade entry basically off of a internal sweep. Market structure shifted. Oh no, I guess there was a 5-minute. We didn't really market structure shift, but it don't really matter because look, see, imagine you market structure shift here, your buy model's complete there. That's why I'm break even. Your sell model, sorry. So we retrace. Oh, sorry, go back to this. What is at this 10:15 close right here, or 10:14 close, I should say. 10:14 close. What is that right here? Think about it. Do the mathematics. 15-minute close. It's getting too easy, bro. 15-minute close leaves a 15-minute fair value gap. Where's our 5-minute fair value gap? This big old thing. Where's our 15-minute fair value gap? Right here. I said, all right. This is perfect. Come right up in that 15-minute. And as soon as you get a market structure shift, right there, retracement, sell that thing. Sell it. Everything is checked off. Liquidity sweep. Ready? Bro, it's one big thing. Original accumulation, manipulation, distribution, consolidation, manipulation, like redistribution leg. Okay? It's perfect. Shorted there, took off 2 there, 1 here, like right under that, and then 1 there, and then my runner got stop break even. So I wanted this low right here for my final thing. And I was like, okay, I bet. So that was a clean little day on the apexes. There's really nothing about it. We did what we got to do, and now I want to get into something a little different on the top step. on the top step, we are deciding to take action. You feel me? Action. No more games, especially with the discipline, bro. That's what gets me. That's what gets me going. And I already know I'm in a different type of mindset. So this is our short. I wish I took full TP down here, just because I kind of figured that we were going to like, I only got a 1-to-1, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it's kind of lame. But yeah, no, that was I guess it was a little higher. That was the trade. Then this is where market structure and time in the market of understanding how the market moves and when it moves is very important. I should have made this video when I was done eating. I'm not even hungry anymore. I'm Polish. Let me pull it up over here. Okay. Bet. I just got shell. The one shell I knew was in there. Couldn't find it. There it is. Okay. Liquidity sweep, mother's high. We got double fair value gaps in here. On the, I actually think it was NQ. I'm sorry, I gotta go to NQ. Yeah, it definitely was NQ. Yeah, because NQ didn't take out the high. So SMT at the high, whatever. On the 15-minute time frame, we have a double fair value gap. 1, 2. What, and look, see, we got to close out of it. We could expect this upper one to be respected to take out these highs. So if you want to take a long right now, 133 is perfect time probably. I might even take something on paper if it looks good. Yeah, market structure shifted right above this high. We just completed that market maker buy model. You know, it's kind of late if you're anything. This is you want to be busy down here. I would expect us to rally higher and probably maybe you retest off this new week opening gap and go higher. But that's besides the point. Double 15-minute fair value gap. So we are expecting us to fill the upper one and head higher, just like we're doing now. Just like we're doing, yeah, exactly. Right here is our, 1150 macro. So what am I expecting? We dump lower, we have a high, low. We got above this high, completed the market maker bomb model right there. Consolidation before the macro, come up, miss this high, sweep out this liquidity, tap in this order block. What do? Rally below this low. We rally below this low. Bam. That's a market structure shift. The only way we go higher, let you notice that this candle does not take out this candle's low. When we rally higher, we are just engineering liquidity to come back to this low, bare minimum. So I took a short entry here. Put my stop right above this, because then if the trade went up to, or the candlestick or the price, bro, went up to this high on this 1 minute candle, we would have market structure shifted back to the upside. So took that short, scared us out a little bit, but first percent is there, you don't have to worry about it, and then we just rallied through. Actually no, I think it was better than that. The trade had to be better than that. Because I think I entered on that big old wick. Yeah, no, I entered here. I saw rejection. Something like that. So it was really nice. It was really nice entry. Made 200 on it, risking, I think it was only 2 micros. So very simple, very easy. And I'm getting busy. I'm going to take action with these accounts. Taking action with them. No games. No games. I feel great. I feel great. You know, I feel like my training has been very clear. My analysis has been just, it's not, I'm coming from a perspective of, let me surrender myself. Because I recognize, like, for the past, maybe in January, I was doing too much. I was just doing too much. Like, trying to get accounts passed, this and that, whatever, blah, blah. And then eventually, you know, I've had this 50K for I think over a month now, and I'm at 50% profit target. So that's how you know I'm just BSing around. You know, but now, you know, it's different now. There's no games. Gonna get this shit done. I'm planning on using the Apex payout that I'm going to get here. I'm hoping by the end of this month to fund these accounts, and then eventually from there it's over. From there it's over, bro. It's over. All it takes is discipline and doing it every day the right way. And knowing that you can find a trade the next day, or you know, trade for another day. That's what I'm trying to say. Trade for another day. Yeah, trade for another day no matter what. And then yeah, so we just banged on that immediately straight down to TP, and this was our low. And what is this low? In a double 15-minute fair value gap, so it's a high probability low. Just because, why am I not longing this? Like, I could have longed this right here. Why am I not longing it? Because I had this subconscious idea, that's my marketing experience, the subconscious idea that we want to retrace back into there, manipulate more, hold on to more orders, trap more orders, and then eventually rip it higher like they're doing right now. Yeah, this is a great trade right here, in my opinion. Let me get off the trade debate. Alright, we're gonna do some little fun stuff. Let's see what happens here. Pretty confident in this. I want to see these quadrant levels get absolutely ran. I don't know why it's not loading. That's the thing with paper trading, is that it don't be so whack. But you know, great day today. I wish, I honestly don't wish anything was different. I just want to basically reaffirm myself of, if I do X, Y, and Z the way I'm supposed to do it, because the way I did it in October, September of last year. October, September of last year. Dang, that was pretty long ago. Now that, I feel like it was long ago for some reason. Maybe like August, actually. Felt really long ago. I don't remember, but yeah, you know, that feeling that I'm in and out of the market, and I'm sitting here with a clear mind. I'm not sitting here, I need to make back this loss, I need to figure out my risk, I need to figure out this, I need to figure out that. No, it's just going to be straight dial-in activity. Because that's how you're going to do it. That's the only way you're able to be successful. Is if you have a plan, a specific daily idea of how, you know, you're going to operate, and the emotional state of a rock. That's all I got. I wish this trade can just run right now, so I could just say 1K banger. No, I'm just playing. I just really want to see this explode off here. It'd be fun, but I would never take this trade ever, just because it's not my type of thing. You know? But you know, I pretty much all I got. See what I'm saying? There's that buy side that we wanted. I wouldn't be surprised if we just boom, straight up. See what I'm saying? And don't worry about it. Once you kind of get an idea of like how you want to be operating, bro, it's over. It really is. And of course, it's not gonna hit TP. I just want to end this. It's a long old video. It's probably like 40 minutes long. I shouldn't have logged out, man. I shouldn't have logged out. Well, there's TP. Of course, it's paper trading stuff. You know what I'm saying? That junk never gonna get hit. I don't know. If that ain't an example, I don't know what is, man. If that ain't an example, I don't know what is. And keep in mind, our daily bias was bullish, and what happened? Market maker buy mode. It was just really hard to see it down here. Really hard to see it. Alright, that's all I got. I will see y'all eventually. Peace out. Stay safe, and God bless.